Hello and welcome back to Universe Sandbox 2, back in VR. So after reading an article about a space odyssey and how they did like really fancy math and equations and just beautiful computer science and shader work figuring out their simulation for black holes, I decided, why can't I get away from it? Get away from me, Earth. How do I like throw you away? That's fine. You know what? We will just fly away. Fire. I was thinking, since they did such an awesome job at simulating a black hole and how it would look, why don't we do exactly the same? And look at how a black hole would work in VR in Universe Sandbox 2. So let's go ahead, edit our view, and zoom to full size. There we go, 1:1. So we actually cannot see the black hole. So let's select our tool being the fly tool, and let's fly towards the black hole. We can't see it because it's removing the light, but if we look in front of the Earth, there it is. It's refracting light around it, so we can see the stars and stuff, which the light is getting flung from the side, around, and back to us. But as we get closer to the black hole, things will start to look really weird. We'll see its ring of influence soon. Now we can see how it's bending the light, and now, actually in one of my eyes at least, oh, now I can see it in both, it is very much distorting. Actually, the difference between the distance between my two eyes is causing a really weird effect. I think it's because at this distance from the black hole, there's actually a noticeable difference between what's being bent towards each of my eyes. So this is a very strange. Now if I move my head, everything is getting refracted. Let's get a bit closer to the black hole. And we're actually going kind of into it. And now it looks like the Earth is right in front of us, almost. And we actually made the moon disappear. Now it looks like it's over here. As we get closer and closer, things are getting more and more funky. Now I see two moons because it's being refracted around both sides of the black hole. It's hitting, actually both of my eyes are seeing that. But if I turn my view, I can see two false images of the Earth too, but we can see the real one here outside of the effect horizon of the black hole. So this is a really weird effect. And now as we go further in this direction, we can actually, even though technically the collision is occurring behind here, we shouldn't be able to see this, but it's being wrapped around the black hole. So we can actually see the collision. So let's modify our tool so that we can fly a bit faster. Oh, if I look, it gets rid of it. Oh man, that's really trippy looking at that. That is, and if I turn my head, it gets bent around in a completely different. We can see where the center of the black hole is because we can see where it gets bent in a different direction. Depending on how I turn my head, this is really trippy. Like, really trippy. Thankfully, my hands are here because if these weren't here to focus on, I would be completely nauseous right now. So, let's go ahead and get our fly tool, which doesn't appear to be being too useful right now. We aren't moving very quickly, but let's try to get away from the black hole very quickly. Come on. Come on. I believe in us. Fly away! We're not going very quickly. I think we're being sucked in. Oh, look at that! It makes it's flattening the view of the moon over here. And over here too. Oh, that's so weird. Let's look away. Let's use the teleport tool. Actually, we will scale ourselves up a bit. Should move us a little bit away. Yeah, now that we're scaled up, we can see, now from a further distance, we can really see the bending it's doing. Let's just fly around the black hole. So if we look directly at the Earth, we can see it getting bent around a little bit. If we look at it from an angle, we can see the light getting bent around the edges of the black hole. You know, I'm gonna walk back a little bit and go towards the black hole so that those Steam VR lines aren't as annoying. We can see how it's being bent around. Actually, you guys can't see the Steam VR lines. That's right. Only I can see that. So now from this angle, we can't see the collision, but we can see the rest of the Earth, and depending on how we look at it, now we can see the Earth and Moon getting bent to the point where the distance between them seems extremely small when it really isn't. And if we go up a little bit, it gets bent around. We can turn our head and it completely changes how the Earth is bent around the image. But let's see if we can look at this while not actually being in the eye shot of it. If we look around the bend, we're in eye shot of it, there we go. So we can see the collision here, even though technically we shouldn't be able to, because the light is being warped around the black hole and towards our eyes. So we can go ahead and start time again. Let's make it very slow though. And we'll see the black hole fly towards everything. Oh, this is so trippy. Depending on how I move, and the difference between the eyes is the weirdest part. Just because each eye is getting a different refraction. Edit time. We'll go to real time. We're being realistic today. Let's hit play. Oh! Well, that black hole has certainly gotten very angry. Maybe we can pause it for everything while the results are gone. If I can actually... There we go. So let's look at it now. So we've destroyed Earth. It's been ripped apart and it's everywhere now. Oh. Cross the black hole very quickly. So we can see this line of destruction around us where the Earth has just been completely ripped apart. But let's look at it from the perspective of at the black hole. So we can actually see the chunks straight here when it's actually over there because it's being wrapped around towards us. If we look from this side of the black hole, we should be able to see what's going on the other side if we get a slight angle to it. The angle here. There we go, we can see the trail. And if we move our head, we can see the complete trail behind it. It's kind of hard to make out though. There we go. It's so trippy. But it looks absolutely awesome. So guys, I'm not going to drag this out too much longer. This is definitely something cool to look at, especially how the light is bent. We'll probably do something like this again, just because of how awesome it is. Look at that. It's really done quite a bit of damage. We can play time again. Let it do its work. Thank you guys for watching. If you thought this was interesting, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want to see more, and tell me if you want to do more VR Universe Sandbox 2 videos in the future. Bye! Actually, I have to turn my hand around to wave to you. Bye! This is still awesome. This doesn't get old. The stars, I can see the stars.